Should we really be auditing the vote trail with a group associated with far left groups? That doesn't make sense. So this cyber infrastructure security agency, CISA, C-I-S-A, that was headed by this guy, Krebs, who Trump fired the other day, they issued this statement. Remember, they said, hey, listen, this is the most safe, secure election like ever in human history, ever, right? And we were like, really? Because there seemed to be a whole lot of questions about this. Well, this CISA, which is, again, a branch of the Department of Homeland Security, has some interesting bedfellows, shall we say? Check this piece out at The Hill. Again, we're just asking questions if we're still allowed. The thought police may knock on my door any minute, but that's okay, mid-show. Maybe they've intercepted the live stream right here. I don't know how. It's not over the internet, but who knows? The Hill. DHS cyber agency invests in election auditing tool to secure the 2020 elections? Okay. You think the government would kind of run their own, those individual states and stuff would have their own auditing tools, or we just have like voter ID, crazy stuff like that, and a paper ballot trail so like anybody could audit it? But no, they had to invest in some fancy auditing tool. Okay, sounds legit to me. So let's check out a screenshot, first screenshot from this Hill piece about what exactly this auditing tool was. For the liberals listening, auditing, meaning you can go back and look at the results of whatever, an accounting trail, voting trail, whatever. I mean, no, vocabulary isn't necessarily your strong suit. You like to play the euphemisms game, but whatever. So here we go from the Hill. The Department of Homeland Security Cyber Agency announced Thursday, that's CISA, it would partner with election officials and private sector groups to develop an election auditing tool that can be used to help ensure the accuracy of the votes in 2020. Okay, sounds interesting. That CISA group I told you about is partnering with a nonprofit group, Voting Works. Huh? Why are we partnering with nonprofits? The government can't handle this stuff on an open source software tool known as, Arlo. I said Aslo before, Arlo, which is provided to state and local election officials for free, ARLO. Arlo. I have it down here as Arlo, too. I kept saying Aslo. Arlo. What the hell is Arlo? And who backed Arlo? So just to be clear what we're talking about here, to simplify this, because there are some liberals listening again. So the DHS CISA division partnered with some nonprofit to develop a voter auditing tool called Arlo. Why would you partner with a nonprofit? Why aren't the individual governments at the state and local level doing their own audits? Like paper trails and votes. It's not hard. Who did you vote for? I don't know. I checked this box. Trump. Can we look at it? Let's go back to your ballot. Here's who you voted for. How hard is this? You have one job. Count the votes. Why do we need a nonprofit? No less a nonprofit named Arlo. Well, who backed this whole venture to partner with this Arlo Voting Works project? Let's go to screenshot number 2 from the Hill. Heading into 2020, we're exploring all possible ways that we can support state and local election officials while also ensuring that Americans across the country can confidently cast their votes. CISA Director Christopher Krebs said in a statement. Yeah, that's the guy who was just fired by Trump for issuing that blanket statement that, this is the safest and securest election ever. Okay, if it was, then maybe you might want to wait until we actually get the results in and finalize. We haven't even had a certification yet. But no, he came out in advance and said that. So this Krebs guy who Trump canned and who issued this very preliminary statement about how safe and secure the election was before it's even been certified, they partnered up with Voting Works and all. Well, who's Voting Works? Again, hat tip Kyle Becker on this. This is just fascinating. Joe, this can't possibly be. Clearly, I made this. It's got to be a screenshot. Check this out. So we have DHS partner with Voting Works. Voting Works was created within and incubated by the left-leaning Center for Democracy and Technology. Huh? The Center for Democracy and Technology's major donors include large left-of-center foundations, including George Soros. Oh my God, you're not allowed to say this. Foundation to Promote Open Society, the Ford Foundation, and the MacArthur Foundation. Really? So this Voting Works Arlo project that's working with this branch of the government that automatically issued a statement right away. Hey, this is safe and secure. No, nothing to see here, folks. This guy, Christopher Krebs, they're working with this group Arlo. And one of the donors to this Voting Works are these left-leaning groups, including one of Soros's groups again. Folks, again, does that mean there's fraud? No, it doesn't. Does it mean there could be fraud? An investigation could tell. And can I ask the obvious Occam's razor question here? What the hell is the government at any level partnering with a group that's taking money from far left groups, taking money from far left groups? Don't you think that's kind of like weird? Like you try to avoid any... Am I explaining this wrong? You're the DHS. I don't want money from right or left-leaning groups in a vote auditing system. Conservative, liberal, whatever. There should be no partisanship in this at all. Vote auditing should be about vote auditing. Go back to the states, ask them how they're tallying their votes. Can we go back and see a paper trail? Why are we partnering up with people from left-leaning groups, no less groups funded by a known liberal billionaire who's funded liberal causes all around the country? Did you ever think for a moment that would cause a bit of skepticism and for people to say, should we really be auditing the vote trail with a group associated with far left groups? That doesn't make sense.
You just heard Dan Bongino.